Dang.
Close to it.
We are live.
All right. I'm about to
The people.
share it on my end.
I'm gonna share it too.
But yeah, thanks for having me back, man. It feels good to be back. I appreciate it. I really
Man,
do.
bro, you already know, man. You a goat.
Hey,
You are.
I'll get into that in a little bit because, yeah, I'm just weird about shit. But my bad. I'm weird about stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna share real quick. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Smokes. We got viewers coming in already. Man, it's a beautiful night over here in Midland, Texas. And I'm just glad to be live, ladies and gentlemen. Things have been going good. The momentum's picking up. And right here on the right of your screen, bro, I got the infamous Moke in the building, bro. The
What's
Paul
good,
Father of West
man?
Texas.
How y'all doing, man? How you doing, Smoke? Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks for
Man,
having.
bro.
Nah, bro, you the goat. You the goat, bro. Hey,
Nah,
you are. Hey, when I knew you were the goat, when you went up to that police station,
oh, shit.
I said, yeah. He's like, he's for real. He's like, you ain't just podcast, you doing like real journalism and on some for the people, man. Yeah. I was like, yeah, Smokes is he got it.
Man.
That's the goat. For
I
real, for real.
appreciate you. That when I watch it now, bro, I kind of cringe, bro.
Why?
I think I should have been a little bit more calm. You know what I mean? I went
What,
up there a
what,
little
what
too
was the,
angry.
what was the issue that happened? I forget.
So 13-year-old kid was shot and killed by police.
So how you expect to go out there calm?
Yeah. Some people just looking at back at it, I think because my mom told me, she said you should have been a little bit more calm. But then I told my mom, people don't know the backstory. I called up there several times,
Yeah,
and they keep on giving me the runaround. They keep on saying, "We'll call you back. We'll call you back." And then
yeah.
that's when I had it. I emailed them. I called them. The mother was calling them. There was no answer to the mother. So that's when that's why I walked in so mad because they were
Why?
ignoring. And I know there's a due process, right? There's a process to everything, and there needs to go to a however they do it, the way the system's set up. But still, like they weren't even contacting the mother. They gave her very little information and cut her off. So that was why.
What happened?
So there was a fight with the cop and the kid. There's three kids
Uh-huh.
that are walking around an apartment complex, and they're hey, Sub Terps, man. What's up, my guy from all the way from El Paso, Chuco Town? What's up, my guy? He's always
What
on my.
up?
He's one of my YouTube fans, man. He's always on here. Shout out to Terps.
Was good, Terps.
So a few kids they were walking around this apartment complex, and supposedly there was like a dog barking, and one of the kids shot at the dog.
Okay,
Okay,
so the kids had guns.
so the kids had that allegedly.
Yeah.
So little information has gotten out, bro. I've been meaning to go to the courthouse. Actually, it took them forever to even release the information. The reason I stopped following the story for people that were asking on YouTube is because the mother pretty much wasn't making any effort anymore. I was doing all that.
Oh
I was
yeah,
doing everything I was doing. She was not. She didn't want to. She didn't want to come out and speak it up anymore. She kind of cut
yeah.
me off.
She was probably
So
yeah.
yeah, but so this is how the story goes. They said so. One of the kids did that, right? But the kid that got killed, he was just hanging with them, right? But one kid shot at the dog, or they said he shot at the air, but some people are saying he shot at the dog, whatever. The kids take off. This kid's kind of like lingering, trying to look for his friends because they took off running.
Yeah.
An off-duty police officer walks out one of the apartments because he heard the gunshot. Now I'm not 100% sure this is all true. This is what I've heard and picked up. The officer comes out. He sees this kid by the car and he looks at the cop and he thinks out running. The cop chases him. Now nobody knows what happened between now. This one, nobody
Yeah.
seen anything.
So
The
you just
gunshot went
gotta
off
take his
and the
word
kid's
for
dead.
it. And what was his thing? What was his story? The cop.
The cops that when the kids were running off, they were threatening to shoot him. That they put a gun out on him. but that's none of that can be confirmed. There was no evidence for that. So the cop was off duty, so there was no cam footage from him.
Right,
either.
yeah. So I mean,
And
yeah,
then when I went to the Texas Rangers, when I on the video, if y'all go back and watch it, I asked him, "Is there any body cam footage?" And he said, like, he didn't even know if there was or not.
yeah,
And I found out later that there wasn't. Yeah, it was wild, bro.
So
It was wild.
nothing ever came out of the cop. He's just still working as a cop.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I didn't follow up, man. I tried to follow up. I tried to reach out to the because I went again like a week later to the office, and they said still there's nothing. You know what I mean? You can't. You gotta wait till the process. So ever since then, I tried to reach out to the mom, and I reached out to the mom's sister, the aunt of the boy that was murdered.
Yeah.
Killed. So the aunt was kind of working with me, telling me some information here and there, but the mom completely cut me off, and it was just weird after that, bro. So I didn't follow up anymore. But if anybody knows any information, let me know.
You know what was the kid's name?
Juan Herrera.
Rest in peace, Juan Herrera.
Hold on, real quick. I need to make this public. I always forget to do that. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about some mental health, man. We want to talk about mental health, depression, bro, like especially for men.
Right,
and
yeah.
I think this is a very good topic because I think because people don't discuss this. You know what I mean? People don't talk about that. We're gonna get to why in just a little bit. But I thought Moke is the one to hit me up with the idea. And I was like, well, I've been going through some shit, and I was going through some shit. Now, I'm mentally better now. I'm doing better, and I'm good. But let's start it off. Why do we suffer from anxiety, bro? Why do you think?
So, before I go there, I'm gonna say why I suffer from anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And like, remember, like I hit you up, and I was like, yo. This topic, yada yada yada, and then I hit you up again. I was like, man, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I am a big advocate of mental health, but then sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I just feel weird. Like sometimes I feel like corny talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and I think maybe because I've been talking about it for almost 10 years, and I don't know. But see, that's just me that thinks that. So anyway, moving forward, like as like we know, I'm not gonna go into a whole story, but like my daughter passed away on April 20th, 2016. She passed away from suffocation. She was at the nanny's house. The nanny placed her down for a nap, and the story was that she put her around pillows, so on the bed, even though like we gave her a crib, but put her on the bed and barricaded her with pillows so she wouldn't fall off the bed. And she rolled into the pillows and suffocated. And I'll tell you this: she was about to be 9 months. Like literally the next day, she was 9 months, and she was like crawling, doing a lot of stuff. Since last year, I'm starting not to believe that story. You know what I'm saying? And this is something I never have said out loud, but I'm just saying, like, I kind of don't believe that story anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't even fucking know. You know what I'm saying? I think something crazy might have happened. But anyway, so my daughter passed away. So now I'm hit with all these emotions. So I a little bit down the line, I had to go check myself into a psychiatric ward because I wanted to commit suicide. And so that's when the doctor was like, yo, you're clinically depressed, yada yada, blase blase. So my anxiety, I'm always in fear of something. You know what I'm saying? Like if life is going too good, I'm like, man, something bad finna happen. You know what I mean? I don't live as much as I should, because I'm always in fear that, like I don't want nothing to happen to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to stay alive so I can like be around my kids and stuff. So and I know I'm just kind of jumping around, but we could like cut me off anytime because I
let's just because okay, before we continue, let's go into because living with anxiety, I was trying to separate that. So just real quick, because I want you to continue. I want you to stay where you're at. But
Yeah.
real quick, I just wanted to start it off with people. Um, there's like different theories, right? But a lot of people say that anxiety comes from when we were Neanderthals. We used to handle situations differently, right?
Mm.
Our ancestors, right? And that we used to get mad at somebody, they get a club them to death.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So as humans, as we have evolved
Mm.
naturally, when somebody gets us angry, we want to just slap them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So now we hold those emotions now.
Mm.
So humans are like, so I think that's where anxiety comes from. That's what I've learned. You know what I mean? That's what I
Yeah.
saw a doctor told me that. That's why
That's
we have
crazy.
anxiety in the first place. I just wanted to say that why
That's
some
crazy though.
people have a hard time dealing with emotions in the first place
Yeah.
because humans are evolving and we're more like just you go back 100 years ago, bro. There was slavery. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah.
white men had no problem with it. So it's so over time as time evolved, we don't do that stuff anymore. We're not that
Well,
harsh to humans. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, probably more than 100 years ago. 100 years ago is
Yeah.
maybe
Well, it's been
25.
since 1878. Yeah,
Yeah.
say about 150 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Texas was the last state to
Mhm.
stop slavery. So,
Fucking
but
Texas.
anyways, that's where anxiety comes from. That's why it's hard for us to
Yeah.
handle emotions. But let's go with what you're saying. Living with depression.
Okay. So living with depression, man. Living with depression is if I want to say at first living with depression was easy because I was already down a bad path. You know what I'm saying? I was messed up. So I was drinking every day. I was smoking. Like I was doing coke. I was doing all this stuff. So me having depression was cool because whenever I did whatever I needed to do, I felt good. And whenever I was done with everything and I went down, that's when I started having depression and stuff. And it was crazy. But I was just solo dolo. So I could felt like I could cut it off and cut it on by doing drugs. Fast forward now, I'm with my family and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here, I have 4 kids here, you know what I'm saying? Got my wife and everything. So living with depression now is very hard because I can't just sit and wallow like all day. Do I get in my moods where I do? Yes. I usually get pretty depressed around 420 because my daughter passed on 420 on July 21st. That's my birthday. Her birthday is July 23rd. That right there. And then from the holidays, so like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I'm like very depressed. What up, troublesome? I'm very depressed. So what makes it hard is because I still got to be a dad, still got to be a husband, I still got to be a good person of society, because even though I feel like I'm giving up, I know I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm not. Even I might move a little bit different, a little bit slower. You know what I mean? I might be in my room longer than people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But so now I have my daughter Devin, you know what I'm saying? And my daughter Devin turned 3 years old August 19th. She has helped me a lot because I like she like people used to be like, oh man, you got another daughter, maybe Rose was reborn or whatever. And I'm like, nah, like I like my daughter who passed had her own identity, and my daughter now has her own identity. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at her like, oh, you're replacing something, but I look at her like, oh, you're like helping me be again. You know what I'm saying? Like my family, everybody like helps me want to like live and want to strive. But my daughter, she's like, she depends on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I walk out the room, she's going nuts crying, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, okay, my daughter passed away at 9 months. And even though like I have twins and everything like that, but my daughter that was at 9 months, that was my first child that I was there from the birth that I like raised, you know what I'm saying? And so now Devin, she's like my second, child that I was there for the birth and that I'm raising as a kid. So everything that I'm doing now, I never I never done. And my twins are like, my twins are 17, you know what I'm saying? But there was a period where I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? And so now I'm witnessing all these things that I never witnessed, you know what I'm saying? From the first walk to the first word being dad and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? To her now talking to me, saying she loves me, giving me kiss and everything like that. So man, there would be some days like I would wake up, bro, and I would literally just cry. You know what I'm saying? And when I say something, I'm talking like within the past like months. You know what I'm saying? Like I always thought, my daughter's death day is coming up. It's gonna be 9 years, and so I always thought that I would somehow like shake it. You know what I'm saying? But bro, what I'm realizing now, because now I've been more depressed and everything than ever, because now I'm actually trying to heal. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually trying to not let it just be like, oh, I'm depressed. Nah, like I want to live again. You know what I mean? Like my kids are finna graduate. Like I want to be just. I used to say I want. I used to tell my girl like, man, I miss the old me. You know what I'm saying, and then it just came to realization, they ain't go. The old me's gone. You know what I'm saying? Because the old me like lost something. So like I don't know, bro. I be feeling like screws be loose and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think the same. I don't move the same. But what I will tell you, bro, is like, one, I'm more patient. The second thing, which is kind of good and bad with me living with depression, is I lack a lot of emotion now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get too emotional. I keep my cool pretty good and stuff, but I kind of lack a lot of empathy too.
Did you have problems with depression before your daughter passed?
Uh-uh. Nah. Like before she passed, like I thought I was top shit. You know what I'm saying? And so now, I was telling my girl that post you I put when you talking about me and half breed, and I said, oh man, then troublesome like post like, oh yeah, Moke the goat, and I was just like, damn, and my girl be like, yo, why you keep talking like you still not that dude? You know what I'm saying? And is I don't know, bro, but my journey for healing is the hardest thing right now, because I'm taking on every emotion and I'm not fighting it. You know what I'm saying? And when I am depressed, I'm not sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, because I'm never the type now. Because when my daughter first passed, yes, I was like wanting to kill myself, but now I'm like, nah, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because one, I don't want my kids or my girl to find me some type of, you know what I'm saying? And then two, if I do that, like I'm fucking up everybody's life. My kids, my wife, my mom, my brother, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I digress. But oh, one more thing with my depression too, bro, is like it's ev- my defense mechanism is just downplaying. So I just had to catch myself, because when I just said and I digress, that was me about to downplay like all this and just kind of act like it's hunky dory, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, appreciate that, bro. Terps.
Yeah, shout out to Terrence, man.
Yeah.
I
What
just
up,
wanted to
Hank?
go. I wanted
What
to
up,
go over
Shorty?
some of the symptoms of depression for
Yeah.
people. So depression is one thing. You can feel depressed or you
Yeah.
can be depressed. Okay. So clinically depressed, what Moke was talking about earlier, is a diagnosis from a doctor, a neurologist, or you have psychiatric right doctors, or you can have an actual neurologist who studies the brain, and they can tell you from looking at your brain that you're clinically depressed.
Yeah.
So here are some of the symptoms for anybody suffering from depression. If you think that you're clinically depressed, here are some of the symptoms that I want you to look out for. There's changes in your sleep pattern. Either you start sleeping too little or you start sleeping too much. Feeling guilty all the time. Feeling guilty and feeling sorry for everybody all the time. That's a huge that can weigh on you. very little interest in hobbies, like not wanting to do anything, not wanting to have fun, not wanting to go out, staying to yourself, being away
Yo,
from people.
you know what's crazy? I'm listening to everything you name. I'm just like, damn, that's me. Yo, what I will say, bro, about the first one, dog, I haven't slept a full night in 9 years. Nigga, like I went to bed at 12 o'clock last night, woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, and I've been up since. Like I do not sleep. I've been on trazodone, Dayquil, all that stuff, bro. Like no matter what time I go to sleep, I wake up between 2 in the morning and 4 in the morning. And sometimes I might fall back to sleep, but like today, I ain't fall back to sleep. And
Wow.
that's wild, yeah.
There's also problems with concentration, and a big one is no energy, and that kind of ties in with not wanting to do your hobbies. Like it's just like you're shutting down, you know. And so people, if you have know somebody that has those symptoms, you might want to encourage them to get help. If you have those symptoms yourself, please reach out, bro. So that brings me. That's a nice segue to my next topic. Is therapy a good idea?
Um,
Did you get any therapy?
yes, I
Yes,
did.
right.
I when I was living in Midland, I had therapy, and that was cool, but it was kind of weird because at that point in time, I was sleeping a lot and I was eating a lot. So they had me on, I forgot what they had me on, but they also had me on Adderall. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so I think the Adderall might have been like what kind of got me into cocaine, you know what I'm saying? But what I found out that helps for me is in Austin, I was going to just grief group therapy. So it was like every Monday and we'll meet at the spot and it's like all the parents, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of just it's you know, it's like AA but for grief, you know what I'm saying? You kind of just and so for me that helped because I got great friends, you know what I'm saying, that I can talk to and everything, but it's hard to like talk about that to somebody who hasn't been through it. You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
it kind of feels like what they're saying to you is just like the cliche stuff and everything like that. And when I moved to the Virgin Islands, I went to therapy there, and it was it was it was different because it didn't seem like a traditional therapy because in Midland, I was, you know, talking about my daughter, talking about how I feel. In the group therapy, I was, you know, talking about my daughter, talking about how I feel. But in this therapy, I was just kind of talking about just life and depression. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And for me, I'll say I don't want to say I don't because I don't just fully know because now that I'm 38 and I'm more mature and I know a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I think I would handle therapy different, you know, because shit. Like there was one time in Midland, I go to therapy and like I'm geeked the fuck up in therapy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still in that depression hole where it's like F life. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now therapy would help, but my mind, bro, is it's hard for me to just like talk about things and then somebody whether they're giving me a unbiased answer like I just it's like I can't tell you and be like yo bro like I fucking want to kill myself whatever and you might talk me off the ledge but it I still don't feel good, you know what I'm saying? And so I know a lot of people they go to therapy and they're like, "Oh man, who I feel good. I got to get that out." And so maybe I need to try that. Funny story, bro. I be really looking up stuff on depression. So just randomly, like on Instagram, it was a test, a study trial for depression. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just sign up and see what it do. So I signed up for it probably the beginning of this week. And so they text me yesterday and was like, "Yo, are you cool with a doctor call telecom thing 9 in the morning?" Cool. So they call me and we're talking. I'm talking to this doctor, and this doctor, I telling him everything. He's like, "Yeah, it sounds like you got depression and PTSD, and yada yada yada." And this nigga was like, "Yeah, but we think we're gonna have to deny you because it was almost like if I wasn't depressed enough for him, like you know what I'm saying? Like I think they wanted me to like want to physically kill myself. But it was just, you know, kind of weird that like man, like I mean I lost a child and that's a pretty depressing thing. But I don't know, man. I just been thugging this shit out for so long, bro. Like without medicine and shit, dog. That I feel like the one thing that can help me is if I really want to be helped. Like if I really want to make this change, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like hurting now and shit because I feel like I'm dealing with it. I feel like the having professional help might help me a little bit better. But I mean, I've been thugging it out damn near 9 years, dolo. So why not just keep it going and just get my girl's a nurse, so she's helping me with my diet and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't do drugs, you know, and I don't drink as much. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to be more healthy and stuff. So, but see, I don't know if that's just me sounding like because I never really took therapy serious, so I don't know that what it can really do. You know?
Shout out to Terps. He said replaying the past and thinking about things you can't change is also a big red flag. That's a real big thing, bro, for me. So
Mhm.
I deal with severe anxiety, bro. I can't even go to the movies anymore, bro. Like if I go to the movies and like it's I get all anxiety, bro. Like I cannot watch a movie in the movie theaters. And I can watch it on my laptop or
Yeah.
on TV, but if I'm in the movie theater, bro, my anxiety is through the roof. But I have these anxiety issues, and every time I have a panic attack, it's because I'm been thinking about something all day, and I replay. Like I feel guilty for a lot of things that I've done in my past, bro. And I think that has to do with a lot of my anxiety as well. You know what I mean? Because it sits inside of me, you know. And like I've hurt people that I've never should have hurt, you know. And I think about these things, bro, and it kills me, bro. Shit
Yeah.
that I did years, and that's why I tell kids, guys, be really careful, man, with the decisions that you make, because years from now, you don't think you're gonna think about it, but years from now, it's gonna affect you. That shit don't go away,
Yeah,
you
that's a
know.
fact.
I did so much wrong, bro. I wasted so much years of my life, and I thought I was being cool with my friends, and I was robbing, I was stealing, oh God, I don't even want. I was doing horrible things,
Yeah, yeah,
and I was hurting people that love me the most.
yeah,
And those things I cannot get them out of my head. Like I feel like sometimes I go to sleep at night, and it'll be something that happened 10 years ago, and I just feel guilty, bro. I just feel
yeah,
so bad that I did that, you know. And
yeah,
I think that's a lot of people deal with that, and that leads to anxiety and depression.
yeah. And yeah, shout out to Turks, man. I call that the shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know what I'm saying? And with the guilt, bro. You know, this is one thing that I'm gonna be guilty with till the day that I die, nigga. So my daughter passed at the nanny's house. You know what I'm saying? And she I okay. I dropped my daughter off at the nanny's house and she passed on 420. You know what I'm saying? I was actually off of work that day. So I was like, I'm just gonna take my daughter to my nanny's house and I'm gonna go with my niggas and we gonna 420. You know what I'm saying? And so like I live with the shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like, bro, you were off. You should have just kept her at home and none of that would have happened. You know what I'm saying? And bro, like I have to like live with that for eternity. And then also, man, is the things that play in my head, like on a daily basis, bro. When I got to my nanny's house, we couldn't go inside because they had called me and was like, "Yo, Rose like unresponsive." You know what I'm saying? So when I went over there while I'm driving, I'm thinking like, "Oh man, you know she gonna be straight." You know what I'm saying? she
Yeah.
gonna she gonna whatever. So I get there and it's like cops and ambulance there and I can't go in the house and because they're like they're trying to resuscitate and all that stuff, bro. I was outside for like 4 hours. It was like a lot. The crowd had came, and then the the cop had came outside and he looked at me and he just hugged me, and I was like, I already knew what it was, but one thing that plays in my head so much is when we had to go inside to look at her, they had her in a black bassinet. She had her eyes closed and the tube down her throat. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, like, I see that shit probably like, yeah, but Anyway, though, but yeah, man,
Well,
like
hey, I'm so sorry you went through that, bro. For real.
yeah, yeah, man. And so like
Hey, you're really strong, bro. For real, you're strong.
it be hard, man, because like I'm just like, man, but I try not to think about it because I I you know so that's why I try not to live with like the shoulda woulda coulda because that's just wild, man. But yeah, yeah.
Hey, you're strong as fuck, Moke. Dude,
Uh
the fact that you're here right now, like talking to me about this and getting this off, you're a very brave person, bro. I look up to you and I got so much respect for you. You're way more stronger than you give yourself credit for, bro. You're very strong, man, bro. And I'm just real proud of you, dog, for real.
yeah. Oh man, fucking hoe ass Donald Trump, huh? Oh my god, yeah, man. So I really want to do something where like I can talk to people, but I get so embarrassed. I'm embarrassed right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, this is the place to be, bro. Because the people that I have supporting me, like Mike Murder, Joey, Big Hank, everybody that's on here, bro. These are real people, and they really care for us. You know what I mean? So people we have watching right now, they're a whole support system, man. So shout out to everybody that really that's really 'cause this is important, guys. Hey,
But yeah,
Moke, hey, man, you're a badass dude, right? You're a
yeah,
bad motherfucker, bro. You're the Podfather, bro. You know that, right?
yeah,
And
man,
nobody tell you different.
yeah. I was thinking about coming back, but man, I'd rather just watch you. Anything
Nah,
that go on now, I see you come back with that so quick. But see, defense mechanism, change the subject. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, yeah.
and usually people let that fly, but my girl, she calls me out on that. You know what I'm saying? And but that's just part of my healing journey is I try to hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just change the subject on podcast and everything. But what I'm learning, man, I'm learning that even
That,
even
I'm sorry. That's a good
but
segue into the next topic. Go ahead. Continue what you were saying.
oh man. Well, I'm learning that I believe in God and a higher power and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like I don't believe that I'm gonna ever see my daughter again. I believe that our energy might, excuse me, mesh up when I pass or whatever. But like I don't think that I'm ever gonna see her in the flesh again. And so that helps me, but it's just almost like damn that is if that's the way it goes, man, then we need to just really, really live life and everything. But why do men not talk about mental health? One for
Just
me,
kind of like right now, kind of we're like feeling it, and then we kind of like joked. You know what I mean? To get
yeah,
out of that.
right,
Because
right.
I think it has a lot to do because the way we've been brought up. What do you think? Like boys are
It,
brought up to be men, right? Men don't cry.
definitely, but also I didn't really have depression before that. And so with my core group of friends that like I talk to like on the phone regular and everything, I'm the oldest one. You know what I'm saying? And so not saying that they look up to me or whatever. I don't know that, but they always know that I've never been down, I've never been sad, I've never been any of this. And so for me, even though as many times they can like Josh, like that's like my brother for life. When my daughter passed, bro, I went home in and just sat in the dark in the fucking apartment. He came there and he brought me some food and he just said, "I'm gonna sit with you." I sat and cried and he just sat there. You know what I'm saying? And just sat. And so like that is
Shout out to
forever.
Josh. Shout out to
Yeah.
Josh, man.
Yeah, that's forever, my bro. You know what I'm saying? But even him, he'll be like, "Yeah, man, like he'll try to help me talk some game or whatever. Like you can talk to me anytime, but I still feel embarrassed because these people they're not used to me like this, even though now they're used to me like this. But in my mind, I'm still trying to be, the old me that was never sad and always happy. And I for me, the reason why I don't talk about like the bad mental health stuff, because for me, even though you might be able to tell me some game and you might be able to really help me out and everything, I feel like I'm messing up your day. Because me being like, oh, I'm depressed because I lost my daughter, that's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And I've literally told people this before, and then they start crying. And I'm like, what you crying for? Like, I'm not even crying. You know what I'm saying? So when I see that, that's why I don't talk about it. And even though that may not be right, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody in here will probably be like, oh man, you can, but my mind just is like, man, once you do that, it's gonna be all somber and stuff. Everybody gonna start worrying about you. And I'm like, I don't want to mess up nobody's day. Like if I'm having a bad day, I don't want to shit on your day. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's why I don't talk about it, and because I'm embarrassed. Like I'm embarrassed to talk about it because, man, my mood nowadays be so flip floppy, bro. I can be like, man, I just feel so, and then 5 minutes later, I'm cool, you know. And so if I'm like, hey man, I feel so fucked up and yada yada blase blase, and then 5 minutes later, I'm cool. I'm embarrassed now that I even told you that. So
You know
that's why
what, Mo?
I talk.
It's like sorry.
No, you good.
It's like I've noticed that men don't really process their emotions as much as women do,
Right.
because like my wife, um she'll, if something happens, she'll be mad about it for a few days,
Right.
and she always tells me, oh, by the morning you're over it. You don't,
Right.
you don't care about it
Yeah,
anymore. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I think women kind of deal with their emotions better that way because they process it more. They think about it, they give it thought, and they work through it. Men, they're like, oh, we just want to forget about it. We want to forget that
Yeah.
happened. We want to get on
Yeah.
with it. And that
Mhm.
way, we're stuffing those feelings down. We're just keeping. They're not gone. We're just distracted by something else now.
Yeah.
Those feelings, though, that anger, that emotion, that sadness, is still there,
Yeah.
and then it builds up.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's why it's so important to talk about it, man.
It it is, man. But for me, I have to get out of my own head. You know what I'm saying? Because bro, I ain't gonna lie. Even today, I was just like, man, I don't know if I want to do this because like I feel like it'd be corny because I feel like I'm just out here just bitching about something, you know what I'm saying? Even though I know I'm not, but that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I want to be an advocate for this, you know what I'm saying? And then I felt bad because like your show has been on fire with like the interviews and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I'm just throwing a monkey wrench in, and I'm talking about depression, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about some sad shit. And even though everybody's cool with that, but for me, I'm just like, damn. Like that's how I feel because sometimes it's still hard to believe that I'm in this situation. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I still look in the mirror and be like, I can't believe like I lost a kid. Like that is just so like wow to me. I just be thinking like me, and then I start thinking about I feel like I was a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like why is God doing it, bro? Even now, I'm trying to see eye to eye with God. It was a wow, bro. It was a wow. You
You
know
know
what I
what? I'm
mean?
glad you brought that up because actually that wasn't a topic that I sent you, but it was one that I wanted to throw in. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that. I grew up in the church.
Hmm.
For people who don't know,
Same, me
and
too.
I know some people have seen some posts that I've done. And not anti your Jesus, your church, but anti religion and whole, right?
Right.
But I grew up in a church, bro. My uncle was a pastor. My grandpa was a bishop, for this whole entire West Texas region. So I grew up in a church and I had the faith. I lost it because I feel like it made me spiteful. When I was a real Christian, like I was believed in the
Yeah.
Bible. I read the Bible daily, and not daily, but I knew the Bible well, and it made me a spiteful person. You know what I mean? It turned me into somebody that I didn't want to be. But that was because the specific teachings that I was receiving. And
Hmm.
now I don't think like that. Now I think that there is a higher power, and I don't know if we can put the blame on the higher power. I don't know.
Right,
What do you
right.
think? That's
See, I don't think so either. Because what would piss me off, and I feel like people did this because these people, oh, she died for a reason, God no, and I'm like, why couldn't it be she just died because it was a fucking she just died, you know what I'm saying? It was an accident that happened, you know what I'm saying? And so for the longest time, I'm just sitting there trying to, I was point I was heavy into like mushrooms and acid too, so I'm trying to go into a different dimension and figure out like, okay, God, why would you do? And I couldn't figure out nothing. Oh yeah, shout out Aaron and rest in peace, Booster. But I couldn't figure out nothing, and so I started being like, God, I'm gonna speak real, and God forgive me, but I used to be like, God, you a whole ass nigga because you did this to me, and like just kind of fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I felt. But then I had to start looking at my little wins. You know what I'm saying? Like all this happened, but I'm a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? I got my CDL. I got my hazmat and all this shit endorsement. Like I've done a lot of things that a normal person would be excited about, but it's that one thing that makes nothing exciting for me. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to my like I was raised in the church, you know what I'm saying? And my girl wasn't so much. Now the roles were reversed. Like she's praying, you know what I'm saying? And she's getting me back into it, and I'm just kind of trying to take life as it is and not thinking that everything has some type of symbolic message to it. Because that's what had me being like why would you do that to me? Like what are you trying to show me if you're fucking up my life? Like what bro, smokes. Like I'm not going through the whole story, but dog, a month after my daughter, like within a month after my daughter passed, bro, I went to jail. I was homeless. I was sleeping in a fucking park for a month, bro. For a fucking month, sleeping in my work truck. That's all I had. You know what I mean? But nobody fucking knew that. And I'm just like, God, like what you doing, bro? But it wasn't God. It was like it was my actions, you know what I'm saying? Because I was depressed. So I just fell back on paying shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing other bullshit, you know what I mean? And that's what happened. But at that point in time, I'm like, nah, God, like you know everything. So like, what's up? And I don't think it I don't think it should be like that, and I'm trying to be the best me, and then it's like, man, I'm doing good. Like I got my family back, you know what I'm saying? And I'm I don't know, but it's just I be feeling like I'm supposed to just wake up and then be like, oh man, today's a good day, and then forget about everything. But it's like I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, boom, that's the first thing on my mind, and I'm just kind of just laying there, and then that dictates my day.
mm,
So it's like as we're talking, like I'm working this out in my head, and I'm just like, damn, bro, like you're just really gonna have to force yourself. Like that's what it's gonna be, because when you read off the thing about depression, the list, and it's like don't want to do hobbies and yada yada, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, damn, all this is me. I'm like, I'm gonna have to force myself to do this. You know what I mean? Like,
mm,
look at everything I've done. Remember, nigga, like I was podcasting like a motherfucker. What happened? Nothing happened. I just got depressed and stopped. You know what I'm saying? So like nothing happened. I'm a producer now, making beats and shit. I haven't done it in a while. Why? Depressed and stop. So it sucks because my like when I used to be so consistent, I was so good, and so now I'm not consistent. I'm not doing much, and so I'm just like withering away. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it feels like. But I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I'm gonna have to just force myself to just start liking stuff again and liking myself again. Because one big thing is I don't like myself. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of guilt. I'm very angry at myself. You know what I mean? And it's just like I feel, because once she left, like piece of my heart left. You know what I mean? So I feel weak sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Even like sitting here, like crying. I felt weak. You know what I mean? And even though I know it's not, but that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? I can know something is not something, but my brain is gonna be like, yeah, that's what it is.
That takes me to my next one. Finding ways to be happy.
Man,
That's exactly what you're kind of just talking about towards the end, right there. I do when I really get into a depressed mood, and I'm just feeling like it's just like there's nothing I can do. I find the things that make me happy the most, and that's like watching. I collect Funko Pops. You can see on those shelves over there.
yeah,
So I watch unboxing videos, bro. Unboxing videos like literally take stress away from me. Like I feel a little less depressed and stuff
yeah,
like that. So I find little things that I enjoy, and I try to keep my mind occupied.
yeah.
But it's hard, right? Once you're so
It is
past the point.
because you gotta What was it? Can you put the thing on the screen? The what you said? Find a way to be happy. See, finding a way to be happy can be done so many ways. Cause remember, bro, when this first happened to me, my ways of being happy, I was doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a bunch of bullshit. So you like it's almost like finding the proper happiness. You know what I mean? And I know that when you say that question, that's what it means. But for somebody like me, because I always thought that was true happiness. You know what I mean? Because it was numbing, you know? And so one thing that I was very bad at probably like just a year ago, man, I was bad at drinking, but I would drink wine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about I would drink like 2 bottles of wine a day, you know, and yeah, and be waking up going to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, feeling like I got hit by a bus and everything, you know, and but for a while that was making me happy, you know. And then my girl told me one day, she was like, bro, like, you just like numbing everything. And see the thing is, I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm not even thinking like that because I'm still in some kind of disbelief get that can never be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy who can never be an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like, oh, me? Nah, I'm the guy who, but that really be me. You know what I'm saying? And so now my ways of finding happiness is, you know, through my family, you know what I mean? Doing things like this,
Yeah.
working on music production and stuff like that. But
You gotta send
also,
me a beat, bro.
oh yeah, man, I've been on. Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, I will. I got you.
I want to
But
see. I want to hear.
yeah, but also too, man, is even though I hate it, I also appreciate getting bored. You know what I mean? And like I appreciate where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And so because when when my just to go back a little bit, when my daughter passed away, the first time that the autopsy, they were like, oh, she SIDS. You know what I'm saying? SIDS is like 9 months, and they just kind of like a sudden baby death thing or something, sudden infant death, I think that was called. And so they were like, kind of like that. Oh yeah, she was gonna pass away that day, regardless, you know. And so we just kept pushing the issue, and that's when finally, like a couple weeks later after the funeral, they told us like, oh, it was, you know, suffocation. And when I found out, bro, like I almost crashed out. Like I almost went to nanny house, and I was like, I'm finna take her in front of all her kids. You know what I'm saying? Like she took mine. I was like, I'm finna do that, and I'm glad I didn't. And so now, like I said, when I say I appreciate getting bored, I appreciate like just sitting in my backyard bored and being like, man, I still have my freedom. You know what I mean? And that's a crazy thing to think, but I was gonna kill that bitch, bro. Like I was literally like I was gonna take her in front of her kids, bro. You know what I mean? But I didn't. But what happened was is we linked up with her to tell her what happened, and then I was just like, yo, like I can't fuck with you no more. You know what I mean? Because I was feeling bad still, because I was like, even though it was an accident and it happened in her shit, she's still traumatized too. Because like that's somebody else's something that you let die. You know what I mean? And so but I told her, I was like, yo, I don't can't see you again. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like yeah, And so, but I'm very appreciative now because, like I said, my youngest daughter now, I didn't get to see, my kids being raised. So just kind of being there, and I'm like, like she's dad's her first word, and she's doing all this stuff, and so I'm getting to see what I miss. But one thing that kind of makes it hard too with my healing process is I know it's never gonna happen, but I'm like, I don't want to just get so wrapped up where I forget about Ro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't ever want to get like that. And so what we do is we have like a little I don't know what's called, a memorial or a shrine or something. And we get flowers every week, you know what I'm saying? And what I've been doing now is, we'll go outside and I take the flowers outside and I kind of talk to them and stuff, and just water them and everything like that, just to keep her memory alive. And it feels good, but it hurts so much at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
makes sense, man.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you have any tips for anybody? Like, I know you're still going through it, and days you have. I'm sure you have bad days, you have good days.
Yeah.
But do you have any advice to anybody going through something similar?
Yeah. I would it's okay to like be in your feelings. It's okay to hurt, you know what I mean? And it's okay to hurt as long as you need to hurt, but just don't stay there. You know what I mean? Like at some point, unless you're a person that's just like, yo, I'm just gonna give up, then that's your choice. But at some point, if that's not your choice, you're gonna want to be a quote unquote normal human being again. You know what I'm saying? Like I said all the time, I mean, bro, I looked at myself the other day. I'm like, man, I just be in hoodies all day or a fucking bathrobe. You know what I mean? And now sometimes even though if I ain't going nowhere, I just try to get dressed because I just want to feel like I am just kind of keeping having some type of upkeep with myself, because I know for me it's easy for me to fall deep into it, but also have a good support system. I feel like I'm so finicky that my support system, they get me, you know what I'm saying? So they know that I might be cool today, then I might just be off the deep end tomorrow, or I might do the like make try to make light of it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But just get you people that understand you, you know what I'm saying? Like I like my niggas today, like we on the group chat, and I told him, I was like, bro, like I appreciate y'all, and I was like, man, I thank y'all for like still being like cool with me after all this shit, because I know like it's been up and down, it's been like weird times. I know I'm not the same person, and they like, man, for sure, you know what I mean? Like it's always, and I was like, I thank y'all for loving me. Like always love me unless I do some way hoe ass shit. Then you cannot love me no more. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that just kind of be around good people, but do research. Like if you're gonna go get on medicine, man, because I I I haven't, like, I was on meds, but like the longest I've probably been on medicine is maybe like a month and a half. You know what I'm saying? So I've kind of been thugging this out with no medicine, and at times I'm like, oh, I kind of want to get some. Like I said, I call that fucking study thing. But at times I'm kind of cool with it because it kind of feel good getting it out the mud, just doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I just I also too have a very addictive personality. So if I get some type of medicine that feel good, I don't want to, like them niggas prescribe me Adderall, nigga. That shit was like going like in 2 weeks. The fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, so I just and also too, like, how you eat, your health, and all that stuff really matters. Like that
Yeah.
stuff really really matters. Like with just try to eat good. You know what I'm saying? Try to kind of lay off the sugar, the processed food, and all that stuff. Just try to do that, and try to work out, man. I go outside and I jump on a trampoline with my daughter and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yes, the yeah, I smoke. You know what I mean? But it's like for me, I don't know what it is that I smoke like that. That might be the best to me. Like if I smoke good before I go to bed, I might sleep decent. But anything else, like bro, I've been on trazone. Trazone is like pretty strong, and I mean I'm still waking up between 2 and 4. And so for me that kind of worries me because I'm only getting like 4 hours of sleep a night, and I'm just like, man, I hope one day I just don't go like delirious or something. So,
Yeah, I mean it's important to get sleep. I mean, I think recommended for adults is what 7 hours.
yeah,
Well, when I got out the hospital for my stroke, and I was in the ICU for a couple of days. When I got out, I was very depressed, bro. And
yeah,
I looked, yeah, because I thought, man, bro, I could have died, bro. The doctors
yeah,
told me you could have fucking died. You could have been disabled. You're lucky that it was very minimum. You're lucky. You're very, very
yeah,
lucky. And so I had to quit my bad habits that I had, and I got on it. But I was very depressed, bro. I was just like, man, bro, like, how did I let it get so bad, bro? Like, how did
yeah,
I was just damn, bro. So anyway, that was and I looked it up. A lot of people after they have a heart attack, they have something like that, some kind of health scare. They're usually depressed for a while.
yeah.
And so what helped me, bro, was I started exercising a lot. All right, so I've lost 30 pounds.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
congrats.
yeah, yeah. My gut, bro, my gut was like I wore a 2X shirt, my belly button was sticking out. Now I wear an extra
Yeah,
large,
hell
and
yeah,
man, my gut was huge, bro. It was just horrible, bro.
yeah,
And so I started exercising, and a big thing is like cleaning, having a clean area around here. That's a big stress
yeah,
reliever.
yes,
Like
sir, yes.
going outside and cleaning your backyard, cleaning your room
Hmm.
up real nice. I think that's a real huge stress reliever for me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, me
And the
too.
exercising is a big. It distracts you from life too when you're exercising. It kind of
Yeah,
me exercising replaces getting drunk and getting high, bro. You know what I mean?
one thing is like I'm a runner, you know what I mean? And so after my daughter passed, bro, I turned into Forrest Gump. Bro, I
Oh,
was just
really?
running. Yeah, I'm talking about I was just running like miles, bro, just aimlessly just running. And that, yeah, that helped me out a lot.
Wow, man, that's
Yeah.
crazy. So yeah, man. Hey, man, this has been a dope discussion, bro. I like we can do this again, bro, if you want to, bro,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I really enjoy talking to you, man, and I really enjoy
Appreciate
picking your
that.
brain
Same.
apart, man. Because,
Yeah.
like I said before, for the people who don't know, this guy right here is one of the reasons why I started. It's right here. This guy is what birthed this. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Smoke's World is now a big movement, bro. But me
Yeah.
watching Moke, I was watching Half Breed, I was watching Moke, and Half Breed, he's a great podcast too. He's
Yeah,
very
have
smart.
pretty dope
But
too.
Moke,
Yeah.
guys, if y'all go back, if y'all listen to his old stuff, he's a very good talker. He's very good at
Thank
conversation.
you,
He's very
man.
good
Thank you.
at it, and it's because of him that I up my skills up. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man. You
Yeah,
killing
man.
it, dog. You killing
Yeah.
it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm
Yo,
trying, brother.
I know. Like, we done with the depression stuff. Yo, what did your take about this stuff that's going on with like is that ice stuff crazy down there?
Um, well, or not in Midland to be specific. I mean, not in Midland right now, but yeah, I've heard that they're raiding schools now, churches. Churches used to be off limits. It was the sanctuary,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so there's protests going all over the place, bro. Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas. Uh,
Is white people weird out there in Midland right now?
bro, of course, you already know. You already
I
know
know,
how
but
it is out here.
I mean, like, since all this
Yeah.
going on, like, are they
Bro,
being
it's
like,
worse. It's worse than it was, bro.
wow,
You can throw a rock, bro, and you're gonna hit a Trump supporter, bro, that don't like Mexicans.
wow, man,
It's like that, and it sucks because I don't have a conservative mindset, right? And
yeah,
we're surrounded by conservatives, bro, far right. It's like people
yeah,
don't understand when it's your race is being affected, you're not gonna
right,
understand fully. And for the Mexican Americans or Latinos that live here that go for Trump, and they don't realize the systemic brainwashing that's been happening to them.
yeah,
So we've been here. Mexicans have been in Texas to California
correct,
forever, right? So
y'all
when we
shit,
got annexed, when USA took over us, a lot of Mexicans stayed here. We've been here for generations, right? Past before they came, you know.
correct,
But um so a lot of the Mexicans that stayed in Texas when the USA took over were brainwashed by these white men who used to be slave owners, bro. So some of these people, because a lot of people say, "Well, Mexicans voted for Trump." Yeah, the brainwashed Mexicans did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ones who've been here and been working for the white man and have been brainwashed. Yeah, you know what I mean. So that, and it's crazy right now, bro. There's a thing going on where you know Ebro, right?
Yeah.
He's a radio host. Hot 90s. No, that's
Hot 97. Old man.
yeah, Hot 97.
Yeah.
And he said that there's a lot of black people that are saying, you know what? They're not even paying attention to what's happening to the Mexicans because a lot of Mexicans voted for Trump. So he's trying to cause some division with that. Like, I love Ebro, but him saying that, he's like, no, there's a lot of black people that supporting Mexicans out here, bro, still to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's some black people that I guess were upset because a lot of Mexicans turned up the vote. But if they go back and look, 62% of Latinos voted for Harris.
Yeah.
It's a false narrative that's being pushed. A lot more Latinos did vote for Trump this time, but not nearly as much that voted for Harris.
Right.
It was still a big margin, bro. It's only like about 38%. Latino vote went to Trump. So that narrative right there needs to be shut down, bro. Ebro was like causing some division with that because hell no, bro. And because him doing that, it's gonna make other black people be like, oh yeah, he did it right. The Mexicans did vote for Trump. You know, fuck them. You know what I mean? Should not. We need to stick together more than ever.
The crazy thing is, man, is like this whole, you know, it hurts my feelings a lot, bro. Especially because like my girl's Mexican, you know what I'm saying? So my kids are half and everything, you know. And bro, what's crazy is about this deportation stuff. And I'm not saying like take nobody, but what about illegal motherfucking Europeans and Australians, Chinese? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all just going after? There's illegal black people. Why y'all just going after Latino people? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of some Russian motherfuckers. I'm not even sounding racist, but there's a lot of, you know what I mean? Like let's call spade a spade. Like, this shit wild, bro.
Their argument is that because the majority of immigrants are Latinos or Mexican American, and which is true. But bro, they say no, we just want to get the bad ones out. We want, you know, this that. No, you're not doing that. You're not getting the bad ones out. If you're brown, you're gonna be profiled, bro. If you got brown skin, okay.
Like you separating kids from their families.
But you know that's actually happened in the past 3 administrations, bro. So a lot of people are guilty for that. Obama should have stopped that. You know what I mean? But so people like to say, "Oh, Obama did too." Well, then we're calling him out too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not like he personally got these guys by their hands and took across the border. It was ICE that did it. You know what I mean? But so
he had them run up in schools and stuff.
Yeah. But Trump, it's just a whole different thing with Trump. They're talking about, well, Trump just wants to get rid of the illegal residents. But it's not. You look at Trump supporters, bro, they're very hateful. They have hatred in their hearts.
Yes, yeah.
And they're always saying shit like, oh, you Mexican, go back to Mexico. You're not talking about illegal immigrants. You're talking about Mexicans in general.
Like, go the fuck back to Europe. Shit. Like, for real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
like, I don't know, man. But I'm kind of just like, damn, this presidency, like him and Elon together, that nigga showing his ass. But I thought about, man, like in about when our kids are like older, like, and we have our grandkids, like our kids are gonna be like, man, our parents fought for it. Like we gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? It's like all over again. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, people, Trump supporters don't understand that in the long run, when we go back and look back at our history, Trump's gonna be the bad guy, bro.
Yeah.
And the Trump supporters are gonna be bad guys because, bro, history repeats itself, right? If you go look back at policies that go back a few hundred years, bro, you look at Joseph Stalin, you look at Adolf Hitler, bro. Trump follows that, bro. He's turning into a freaking tyrant, bro. Like the policies that he's pushing are scary. And I think, like, I don't know, bro, from studying the Bible and studying Revelations, he looks like the third Antichrist to me, bro.
Everybody was like, Obama's an Antichrist. I remember everybody said Obama was like, Trump, this nigga is like, yo, fuck all of y'all. I don't care. Elon throwing up Nazi signs. Trump was, what did he say? He said, if the Middle East, I forget which one, like unalive him, that he was like, I left instructions to obliterate y'all niggas. Like this type of nigga we dealing with, man. Yeah. Everybody, I'm voting for him because our taxes and money, whatever. Like, bro, you didn't make enough for what they talking about. Like a lot of people talking about the money. Like, bro, a lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't even making enough for that stuff to even affect y'all. Y'all just bandwagon the shit. This nigga Terps has been through a lot. Dog, I've been reading his shit. Shout out Terps, man.
Bro, I was just thinking that. Shout out to Terps, man.
Damn.
He said I was in Border Patrol. This guy, you guys are interesting. I need to interview this guy next. He said I was in the Border Patrol detention center. They give you foil blankets and have to use the restroom in the corner, and it's just a whole drain. Oh my god, that's horrible.
Hey, you know what's crazy, man? When I went to jail, the cops had, bro, they sent 2 like dudes in green uniforms to my crib, and I feel like it was a blessing in disguise because it was probably like a week after the funeral, maybe. And so I'm sitting in my crib. I got just like a bag of weed I'm smoking. I got some wild turkey. That was my drink of choice at the time. And I got some Xanax. And so like at that point in time, I took, like one, and I was like, I was gonna overdose that day. It's raining outside. I hear a bang bang on my door. I didn't look outside, which is dumb. I just opened it, and them niggas just kind of grabbed me and like arrested me. But they took me in the crib first, and they saw my weed, and they're like, "Bro, we're not here for that." So they kind of put it up, and they're like, "Man, what are you doing in here?" And I was like, "Oh man, like my daughter passed." You know what I'm saying? So I explained to them, and so when they took me to jail, they put me on suicide watch. But I was barred the fuck out, so I was just straight. You know what I'm saying? So they put me in a padded cell. Everything was padded, bro. And there was just like a fucking hole in the ground. And whenever the toilet would flush throughout the jail, like I could smell it. And so yeah. And so I'm just sitting there, and the guard comes in, and he was like, "Yo, you good, man?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Man, like you just trying to chill in. You want to go to like I guess in the bookings, like the general population in the bookings." I was like, "Yeah." And so I go in there, I'm talking to people, everybody's telling me a story about how they're innocent, whatever. This one guy was telling me a story. He was like, "Man, my daughter said I raped her, but she's lying." And he's like looking at life in prison. I'm just like, damn, nigga, like you just telling me all this shit. So anyway, they send me to my cell. They call me, and then they still got me on suicide watch. So I'm in a cell by myself, and I get into the cell, and I'm walking back and forth. And at that time, I felt like how an animal feels in the zoo, like when it's closed, because I don't feel like the animals are in the enclosure thing. They go to the back or whatever. And it felt like that. And I was just like, man, did God just low-key save me? Because I was like really trying to like kill myself, you know what I mean? And so I bailed myself out, and I go home, and then I don't have the urge to do none of that no more. But I told all of that just because I read about the whole drain thing.
Yeah.
Story.
No, that's a crazy story, bro. Damn, that's wild, bro. Like, gotta say it, man. That's why I've been looking back. I started going to my family church again, and when I got out the hospital, I was like, man, there's got to be a God because I was saved. You know what I mean? And so now I'm looking. Now I don't really believe in Jesus yet fully. Of Jesus Christ, but I am searching though. I'm reading the Bible, I'm going to church, and I'm seeking. You know what I mean? So at least that's where I'm at right now. You know,
right.
I gotta learn more. To me, bro, I'm a facts person, bro. You know, and it's hard to put all my faith into something that
you just gotta take the word for it. Like I'm the same way. Like I believe that there's a higher power. Like I don't believe that there is just I don't believe none of this is by accident. Everything is set up too perfect. You know what I'm saying? For it just to be an accident. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
But I like some of me be like, man, I wonder if the meaning of life is just to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I mean, I can go on and on about shroom trips I have, but like I don't believe that there's a heaven and a hell. I believe that energy gets recycled, but I because some of the things that are good and bad are just kind of like man-made shit. Like people say don't curse. That's just shit that a man made up. God wasn't in the Bible saying, yo, don't say fuck, or that's gonna be a sin. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know though. But I'm trying to get back in there, and like my stepdad, he's he's in the church, he's trying to get me back in there, and my girl is too. And so I'm not I think I'm just more mature now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's good for you, bro, because like even if you don't fully believe in what they're teaching, it's good to have community, bro. To be a part of something that's very important because the church isn't teaching you to be bad stuff. It's a positive energy they have in the church.
Correct. It's just the people there.
You know what I mean? They can't hurt.
Right. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because when I go to church, man, like I still get a good feeling. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
when you go there for the right reason, and then everything's just good, and maybe the music is good, or the preacher's good or something. You know what I mean? Like you feel like, huh, I'm glad I came. You know what I'm saying? So I think that what happened though is when I got older, you just kind of start questioning a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, because like I said, before my daughter died, bro, like me and God was like this. I'll talk to him like, hey man, well, you know what I'm saying? I know he gonna hold me down. But then after all that happened, it just made me like, it's like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? Like after all we kind of been through, and you know what I'm saying, I'm finally, getting my shit together. And I think what messed me up is because I was just on the right track on doing like everything that I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? And even though I'm on that right track again now, but I was that shit knocked me off for like 7 years.
mm,
For 7 years I was just like, man, I'm gonna die, and I'm cool with that, bro. Like when I started doing coke, I used to want to do it just so I can get some fentanyl. I used to pray that I would get fentanyl and be like, man, please let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, I'm some heart hurt and everything, dog. I'm praying for this shit. God, let me overdose. Nah, God, like, nah, nigga, you just gonna stay here for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? And not eat. And so here we are today, you know what I'm saying? So, but now,
damn.
bro, I thank the higher power, bro, because like just the thought of drugs, dog, like turns my stomach, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, man, I got a family, I got all, like, you know what I mean? I can't fuck around with that stuff. Like I'm not trying to die. I'm trying to live, but I
Yes,
want to be happy and live. But also if I have to be sad and live and my family's happy, like I'm cool with that too.
that's that's dope, bro. It's very unselfish of you.
Yeah.
So, what's it called? Just real quick, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar, bro? Halftime show.
Come on, man. Hey, you know, I what's crazy about this Kendrick and Drake thing? This shit is pretty much like Kamala and Trump. Like this stuff is like turning people against each other and making people fight and stuff. Man, I'm a Kendrick fan to the death. You know what I'm saying? But I also like Drake. I've never
Yeah.
listened to a whole Drake album, but I have the Drake songs that I like. You know what I'm saying? Drake is a phenomenal rapper. Like a lot of people aren't fucking with him, but I knew that once this whole Kendrick thing started, I was like, nah, he don't like what? But to the extent that it went with this, like winning all the Grammys and stuff, and yeah, you know what I mean? Like and Super
Bro, he
Bowl
won 4 Grammys, bro.
5.
Was it 5?
He won 5.
Oh yeah, my bad. You're right. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Five
Every
Grammys.
every category he was in, he won. You know what I mean? That's wild. And then he has like 22 Grammys. I think the other two who have the highest is I think Jay and Kanye maybe, or Eminem. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Beyonce.
No, I'm talking about rapper.
Oh, by rappers.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I know. It's Jay Z, Kanye, Eminem,
I
and
think Kendrick.
Kendrick now probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think Eminem has about 19 or something like that.
but I think it's Kendrick. He's putting on a masterclass, and it's just crazy. Like everything is working in his favor, but also just like he is it's just music. You don't see no emotion, no weird shit. It's just I'm putting out the music and I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Y'all can do whatever you
Yeah,
want. You
that's
can
what
send your lawsuit, all that stuff, and I'm gonna be quiet. And now I'm doing a Super Bowl, and I'm still quiet.
That's
You know
what's
what I
great
mean?
about Kendrick, bro. For real,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
no clout chasing, no name dropping, no wild posts,
Mhm.
no attention grabbing freaking tweets. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's incredible that he's letting the music speak, and it's giving him huge accolades.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a refreshing thing to see that hip hop won this time. You know what I mean? Not to say Drake isn't
Right,
hip hop, but Drake was the machine. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
He was
yeah.
being too crazy. A lot of people tell me that Kendrick happened to humble Drake because Drake was wilding out. He was like, he was like he was showing off too much,
Yeah,
and he thought he was untouchable for a second.
like what Drake did, Drake's diss song, especially that Family Matters, the one that had the 3 songs in it. If you take Kendrick out that beef, that song washes everybody that
Mm.
was who's also beefing with Drake. You know what I mean? But yeah, he definitely got humbled. I don't think he feels humbled because he's still going out and he's in Australia. He's like, oh, I'm good and blase blase. But you could tell
Yeah.
that the nigga is very bro. Like niggas is singing to your dad that song. You know what I mean? All
Yeah.
that, bro. Like you're at the Grammy and everybody's singing that, and they're like, "Hey, minor." But see, everybody singing that doesn't mean that they don't fuck with Drake. It's just that song is just dope and that's fucking catchy. You know what I mean? But as Drake, and I understand it, as Drake, he's probably like, "Man, fuck everybody." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But see, it's kind of hard when you just been dominating everything and nobody could ever fuck with you. Like
Yeah.
nobody, you know what I mean? Like even I feel like if Kanye would win at Drake, I feel like Drake would destroy Kanye. If we're talking about words, you know what I mean? Kanye would probably come with some song shit or whatever, but like
Yeah.
Kendrick came and he delivered. It was surgical, dog. Like
Mm.
that meet the gram shit. That's putting gloves on and dissecting. You know what
The
I'm
Meet the
saying?
Graham shit was very diabolical, bro. It was
Yeah.
like I when I heard it, I was like this the whole time.
Yeah, that song,
I
dog.
was I could not. That dude
I
was
gotta turn the lights on to listen to that song. It sounds so creepy. I'm just like, oh my god, nigga, like for real. You
man for real, bro.
Euphoria. That one was my favorite track. Like I love Euphoria. The 616 LA. I didn't really listen to that. With Drake, I just I like the Family Matters because I had the 3 songs on it, and I was like that Family Matters one. Like the last track, no, the second track, he's just kind of going. I was like, man, he's sliding on that shit. I was like, man, he got that nigga.
That Matters was his greatest one.
And then it was like right after Family Matters dropped, Kendrick dropped that shit, and I heard that, and I was like, oh man, like, you know what I
Dude,
mean?
Kendrick dropped like what, like 10 minutes right after him.
Something like that, yeah. Like you
That
saying, yo, you beat your wife, and this nigga came and calling you a pedophile, bro. Like
bro,
you and your crew, a pedophile. And the fact about it is that it's a bop, nigga. Like this is shit I want to hear in the club. You know, bro. The songs that I hear in the club from the times that when I be going out, be hit them up. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe back to back. But like
yeah,
this shit was in the club, on the radio, in commercial. Now everybody's thinking like, man, what Kendrick do not like us because you know how the Super Bowl is. Bro, I don't know. Cause if they dog at the Grammys, they didn't even play the hook to the song, nigga. They played the verse where it was leading up to the fucking A minor part. So
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
everybody's
Oh,
like,
I didn't even really. Yeah, that's true. Which is
yeah.
yeah, that's
Because
great. I didn't
usually
even think
they'll
about
be
it like.
playing like what the song is. Like they not like because that's what you know what I'm saying. So they be playing, bro.
And,
They're
and
playing with the
Drake had a few nominations, didn't he? What if he attended it, bro? God,
nigga. He would be sad, but his dad did.
his dad did right.
His
Yeah,
dad did, and everybody was clowning his dad was like, I don't care about all that, but his dad gave a very dad like response. I would give the same response too, But I think Drake right now, like the way he's acting like me. Like if I was me right now getting into a beef with Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? I would be like, oh, I'm good, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you're very powerful and you're like richer than him, but like your ego must be hurt that bad that whereas like you gotta quit fucking with everybody who like it's music. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like just because we boys, I can't kind of like it. Yeah, you might be mad because your niggas went to the show or whatever, but like you brought this upon yourself. I mean, I'm not gonna say you brought this upon yourself because I
so
mean,
bro,
go
well,
ahead,
was that a diss from freaking the Grammy? Did the Grammys diss Drake by doing that?
bro. I feel like they playing with that nigga, bro. Like yes. I feel like some type of way, that and maybe they weren't trying to diss him, but we're gonna capitalize on this moment. This is a big moment right now, and this is one of the catchy parts of the song. And so the Grammys was shit last year. So like now that like it's kind of going hard. Kendrick's here, Beyonce, Jay, Air, all these people here. Yeah, let's do this because we know the whole place. But that was crazy to do that though. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
like Drake's record label dude Lucian and Dr. Dre, they all high fiving. Like, bro, that has to be a very bad feeling.
yeah.
Like to be him, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to be a bad feeling. Everybody
I,
clowning your tour and stuff, and
I wonder if people from UMG are on the board on the committee for the Grammys. Because for them to let that, especially the A minor bar, bro, how he's suing UMG because so
that
that was
could be, could be. I didn't even
bet
think
you
about
there's people
that.
from UMG that are on the committee. I bet you, bro.
Yeah, bro,
That was insane. Grammys ain't playing, bro. That was a shot from the Grammys. It had to have been to play that the most harsh part, bro. The A minor bar is the worst bar.
and then insult to injury, nigga. You got Taylor Swift and Beyonce saying that shit. Come on, man. And not even Taylor Swift and Beyonce, bro. Like the whole building, dog.
The whole building.
They said it was like 12,000 people there. It sounded like at least 11,500 people said it. Like for real. For real.
That's facts, man. That's facts.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Moke, I actually have to go, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I appreciate this.
This was an incredible talk, bro. Conversation. I loved it. I'm so glad you opened up, guy, man. And I bet you at least one person that watched tonight, because it's already at 400 views. So
really? Yeah,
people been going. It's been going up and down, up and down. People been going in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
So that's what my analytics say. Yeah. But I'm sure if one person learned from this, this was successful.
Yeah. I want to say, man, shout out to you, bro. Like, bro, I love you, dog. Thank you for always making me a part. You know, even when we were doing the contest stuff, like, thank you for letting me always have like a voice here, bro. Like, and I love seeing your growth and everything. I want to shout out everybody for just kind of being here. And my bad for crying, but that's what happens. But man, like, talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Do what you love. Just try to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And just you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Like, it's a crazy world, man. Try to find God, try to find your family, find something you do. If you have some vices that you do it. Just don't kill yourself, man. And just remember, like, we don't know what's in the next life. Like, we could I could kill myself right now, then I could be fucking born as a fucking turd for like 30 years or something. You know what I'm saying? So let's enjoy what we got going on. And at the end of the day, shit, we all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So it's just preparation. But holla at you, Smokes, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
Hey, Moke, I'm very proud of you, man. Hey, you're always welcome on my platform, my guy. All right.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
you. You can always, my inbox is always open for you. You can always hit me up, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Hit the like button, hit the comment button. I mean, comment below, all that good stuff. Share everything. Moke, thank you so much, man. Have a good night, my friend.
Yes,
have a good night, everybody. Bye. We'll see y'all next time. Thank you for tuning in to Smokes World, and thank you for chilling with your boy Smokes. We out.